Welcome to my channel. My name is Madeleine Parker, and this evening we are going to look at how the current astrological energies are affecting the sign of Gemini. And what is happening currently is that we have Jupiter going into Capricorn, and for Gemini that's going to be in your 8th house. Okay, so what is the energy of Jupiter going into Capricorn? It's going to be the expansion and the bringing of benefics to the area of Capricorn, or the energies of Capricorn, which is disciplined, long-term, long-term, I want to say strategizing, but long-term structural laying down of structure for the future, for the long haul. Discipline, delayed gratification, delayed results, but the right efforts needed to be taken care of, the right things done, doing the right thing. So now if that's in the 8th house, that will be in money. That could be money, other people's money. That could be, I guess, sexuality, transformation, spiritual transformation. So sort of a structured, new, expansive. It could also be occult, so spiritualism. So sort of a new, structural, expanded venture that could involve other people's money or debts, or gosh, that one's kind of challenging. 8th house could, some deep fears being cleared, and progress, steady progress happening as a result of these fears now cleared. So let's have a look and see how this affects the energy of, now I got Gemini. Did I say I like to think my reads refer to wherever the planet, whatever planets you have in the sign that I'm doing the read for, whatever house it covers, and your sun, your moon, but most importantly, your ascendant, okay? I think I'm way far off here. Did I say if you wanted a personal read, you can email me? My email is listed below. And when I do my reads, I do them on FaceTime. And then I use the exact same setup, and you see the cards exactly like this. So it's very fun. This is the setup that I use. So, all right. So, Gemini. Wow, interesting. The Hierophant hitting you right there. In the second spot of my read, which represents the thoughts, knowledge. So what did we say? We were looking at the 8th house, possible contracts. Now we get this higher, Jupiter comes, Jupiter is the planet of reaching higher perspectives, higher beliefs, the light. It's spiritual. It's the guru. It's the light, the light expander, the benefic. So this card is showing up a lot in my reads right now while there's this Jupiter transit, and I think it's because it's bringing in a higher vision. And putting people on their higher calling, and in Capricorn, mixing that with Capricorn, involving the nuts and bolts and the sort of hard work of it all, the non-glamorous aspect of the mission, as it were. But it's going to be in alignment with a higher cause, because Jupiter is the sign of the greater good, or the good of God, like the highest good. And then we get the World card, which represents very much the same message of high attainment, the highest dream. So what's happening for Gemini is there's a feeling that they can now commit to higher visions in their things that they divinely, they're having faith and confidence in things that they want of a higher nature, that they can reach for a higher nature, that they can mentally now commit to plans or endeavors that are of the highest reach, that are of high purpose, that are of good value, that are worthy, and that there is a financial expansion for them in these ventures that align with the universal good. Because this is spiritual, this is Jupiter, which is about the universal good. So we're getting the Gemini taking their because we're going into Capricorn, there's this ability now to commit, because Capricorn is about commitment, to this higher cause and relationships, or possibly higher relationships causing marriage, divinely spiritual soulmate relationships, or endeavors or business. I mean, it is possible it's business because I'm getting the King of Pentacles in the heart space, but it is also possible we're talking about divine partner. But what we are talking about is for Gemini, this is a big deal because this is commitment for Gemini, which is challenging. And then we get the aligning, the desire to align with a true, emotionally fulfilling home life. That is their highest wish now. And there is this deep-seated desire to follow the heart, and an intuitive knowledge that following the heart will bring them the financial independence that is at the core of their, shall we say, it's aligning their desires and their way to live, fulfillment, and create a financial independent future. So it's sort of getting everything. It's having all, that's what the World card means, having everything you want. Now, if we look at the Two of Swords here, we are looking at a little bit of a block, knowledge of blocking. We're hitting the Five of Swords here. One moment. Okay, so we're hitting the Five of Swords there in this my divine spot, representing that they are really ready. Gemini energy is really ready. I'm going to call for clarity. Is really ready now to launch a future, because previously they have blocked a future. There have been blocks because they haven't really known the safe commitment. So the reason Gemini are so long to commit or have an issue with commitment is because they do not rush out without knowledge of the heart, without full knowledge of alignment of the heart. So they're not like Aries, which can jump into things without knowledge of the heart. Gemini wants to really align with the heart before they commit. And that's what's happening right now for Gemini. They have a clarity with that. This is bringing them everything. Now let's talk again about the Two of Swords. Knowledge of why they had commitment issues and fears. Knowledge of blocks. The outcome is understanding that they had blocked divine relationships with a true divine, with the future that was for their highest, with the purest love. So in other words, this is turning into a love read. We got this card, and this card. So I think this is a love relationship. These are love relationships that are possibly already in the lives of the Gemini, because we're just talking about commitment right here. So it seems to me that the Gemini are pulling their whole world together here. Their desire of true love, pure love, love and warmth in home. That is just so important right now for Gemini. They're really, that is just no doubt about that's what they want to commit to. They understand that 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 making choices, because we have the king and the queen here. We have the king in alignment, the queen out of alignment. If this is a man and this is your read in relationships, you're aware of superficial choices in relationships and the thinking that enabled you to constantly turn out of alignment in choices of women, and that way of thinking is ending, and you're really focusing more on a heart, on a relationship that fills you emotionally, that's honest, that's pure. We've got so many cups in this read. You really want a true, pure-hearted relationship, and you are willing to pull away from other relationships, other choices, other ideas, other perceptions that have blocked you from the right relationships that hold true future, that will hold that will hold the length, that will stand the test of time. And you know that why you've been afraid of committing to this before, because you haven't necessarily been aligned with what you truly desire in your heart. Now, what I mean by that is from the beginning of the read, you haven't committed to being the man in the person's life from the heart. And so that has blocked the future of this true love relationship. So in the process now, you're pulling away from the thoughts that kept you out of, or kept you in thoughts, kept you in relationships that were not in your best, that were not heart, were not emotionally based, were not fulfilling, were not warm. So that's nice. So I guess, so let's talk about how that lines up with Jupiter in Capricorn. Well, King of Pentacles is a Capricorn man. We did talk about Jupiter. So what I think, and we talked about the 8th house. So what I'm thinking, to sort of wrap all of this up, what this means is that I'm going to take this card. Relationship harmony. That really does help me. Okay, truth. So what this is really saying is this energy in the 8th house is expanding the ability for Gemini to truly commit to relationships, because they've understood, they're gaining an expansive in the light clarity about the source of their fears and their inability to commit based on not knowing what is really in their heart as far as career and how they want to venture forward. So they've needed to align with an inner truth, with a handle. We didn't talk about the Page of Wands, which is understanding your creative force. Like the Gemini have had to understand themselves and what they really wanted before they could make this commitment, to understand why they needed a spiritual relationship. So this journey is completed with this World card. This journey is now complete. They understand what causes relationship harmony. They are ready to now they're going to commit. And you know, this could be a work relationship. This could be a relationship that's already existed. Like I said, this could be a new relationship coming in, because we do have the Ace of Cups. But what's happening is they want to structure their new life, 2020, in alignment with their highest, best spiritual relationship. They want to commit to it so that they have a space. They now know they want a heart-based, emotionally fulfilling home, because it affects their whole world. A loyal and harmonious relationship or partnership is being manifested. The bond between friends, lovers, and partners will grow and blossom. Nurture the relationship with no judgment and no expectation. Well, that sort of speaks for itself. I would say that Gemini are breaking through some barriers with their with understanding why they have harder times committing, which is because they want to know what's in their heart first. They want to make sure they're in alignment first. So thank you, Gemini. Namaste.